What's something that's secretly been great about the pandemic? Save money on gas. Not to mention wasting time just sitting in a traffic jam to get to a desk that I also happen to have in the office at home. I don't miss the commute at all. Got back at least an hour a day because of this. Not dealing with a commute. I got 6 to 8 hours a week back in commuting time. That's like about a whole extra work day every week that's mine to do with as I please. It's been incredible. And I hadn't realized how stressed my commute makes me. I don't have to be careful not to forget anything before I leave for work or when I'm leaving the office at the end of the day. I don't have to pack lunch. I don't have to make sure I'm dressed for the weather both now and in 8 hours when I'm coming home. I don't have to get wet when I get that wrong. And I don't have to spend a day at work with my shoes and socks wet or all of me wet. I don't have to wait at a bus stop for 40 minutes waiting for a bus that should have been here 30 minutes ago. A lot of restaurants have really upped their online ordering and drive-through game like a well-oiled machine. And some shockingly haven't. I got takeout from one of my favorite restaurants the other day, and it took so long to order on the phone that next time I'm just going to go down there and place an order in person. I had to speak to 3 different people to accomplish it, being put on hold each time, and give my credit card over the phone. And before you ask, yes, they advertise takeout on their website and menu. So it isn't as if it's a service they don't normally provide. The place I work is one of the places that hasn't for sure. We used to have people up front with dedicated positions, taking orders, bagging to go, etc. But corporate panicked and are forcing managers to schedule less people. Then add to that doing way more curbside and phone orders. There are just too many things to do and not enough people. During lunch there's a line of people. Phone rings, now you have to stop taking orders from them. Order comes up, you have to bag it. Phone rings during bagging, you have to answer it. Oh, it's someone curbside, so now you have to finish bagging the order you're already doing. Find and take out the curbside order. Then finally come back in to help the understandably unhappy guy that walked up to your register 4 minutes ago. Somehow saving a couple hours of labor is worth loads of unhappy customers and overworked employees though. People finally washing their hands. I got to spend a lot more time with aging pets. I had to put down a cat this fall, but for 7 months he got to lay on my keyboard and interrupt Zoom calls all day. I also have a 12-year-old lab, and spending this year with her all day every day has been awesome. Not seeing your toxic coworkers. Cries in hospital worker. The toxic ones became more insufferable since they are some of the only people I see now. Ugh, for real. I'm so jealous of all the WFH people because working in a hospital has been awful the past year. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Spending most of my time at home exploring my hobbies, attending virtual counseling, and rebuilding relationships with my loved ones has helped me to realize that no substance has ever given me so much contentment, and I honestly never want to give up what I have now. In 4 weeks, I will be celebrating my 2-year sobriety anniversary. The grass underneath the foot of snow has never seemed greener. If it wasn't for the pandemic, my dad would be dead right now. He likes to come over to our place while I'm at work and spend time with my dogs. My papillon got away from him and wanted to play chase in our garage, which is basically a storage unit right now, and she was bobbing and weaving through boxes. When he caught her and took her inside, he noticed he was having a hard time catching his breath. My brother, who lives with me, offered to let him use his new oxygen meter, which he bought after he developed some temporary sleep apnea after he had COVID. The meter was frighteningly low, so he told our dad to go to the walk-in clinic. They told him, as soon as he explained his oxygen level, that he needed to go to the ER. He tests negative for COVID at the ER, but they found multiple blood clots in his lungs. They kept him a few days in the hospital, and he made a complete recovery with no permanent damage. I know my dad very well. Under normal circumstances, he would have gone home, tried to relax, gone to bed that night, and possibly never woken up the next morning. But COVID has us all on high alert. especially when it comes to breathing troubles. I never thought I'd be thankful for it. Also, after he got out of the hospital, he gave said Papillon an extra special doggy treat for saving his life. Similarly, if not for remote doctors and virtual visits, I would have let a potentially bad infection fester. I was too embarrassed for years to see a practitioner in person, and while the infection was very recent, I was dreading an appointment. And then, like angels heralding on high, I got an email from my insurance about scheduling remote consultations. I've now talked to more doctors this year on my own than ever before, and even made some progress with a therapist. Playing board games with my teenage kids. We got away from it as they got older. I still kick ass on Scrabble, but they smoke me on backgammon. Ticket to Ride is a blast. Yahtzee 2. Undefined. I have 2 teens and a spouse. We really enjoy spoons and bull speak. Easy, fast-paced card games. We also play blackjack as a family. We have a whole set of cards and chips. We keep a running tally of our chips on paper. My husband gets so mad because our daughter plays her gut and he plays by the rules, and she is like a fake billionaire now, and he's always panhandling for fake money to get him back in the game. It's a riot. Our son is always the dealer. Our casino is named after him, and it's a good exercise in social skills and self-control. My kids are younger, 8 and 5, but we have been playing a ton of checkers, beginner's chess, you know, a few other little kid games, but the clear champ of the pandemic has been aggravation. We were introduced to it over the summer and have played it so many times. It's great because young kids can easily play, but you can also play it over drinks, in my case with my wife, her sister and sister's in our pod. It's got just enough strategy to keep it interesting, and you can play while pretty drunk, believe me on that. But it's also easy to grasp for young kids and teaches them some basic strategy and counting. I've been recommending it to all our friends. Cleaner beaches and ocean in Hawaii as millions of tourists stayed home. Of course the economy went to SHT, but the Aloha quota prospered. And way less traffic on the morning commute on the H1. I now permanently work from home, which is amazing. Me prior to 2020, man, getting a job working from home would be amazing. But I don't even know where to start me getting moved to permanently work from home due to COVID. Oh, okay, well that works I guess. Pretty much any pre-2020 job listing that said work from home was guaranteed to be a scam. Now here we are, living the dream, in our sweet pants listening to music all day in our basements. Saved a lot of money not going out or traveling. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about it, and far rather would have spent it, but I do have more money. Even just not commuting saves a ton of money. I was paying $15 a day on light rail and parking at the station, and then buying crappy expensive lunch and coffee near the office. Now, I work at home, where I eat my own food and drink my own coffee. I'm probably saving at least $150 a week. We are spending a lot more at the grocery store, but a lot less overall. I'm missing a tooth fairly close to the front of my mouth, and I don't feel self-conscious smiling in public when I'm wearing a mask. It's a silly thing, but I kinda miss real smiles. Thanks for the awards, guys. My most liked / commented comment is about my peeped up teeth. That's something. Lol. 1. I read missing a tooth fairy. 2. Same. 1. Me tooth. I haven't had a cold all year. Yeah, this past year has probably been the healthiest I've ever been. Haven't ever had anything more than a minor headache, and that's usually just due to dehydration or something mundane. I started quarantine by becoming lactose intolerant for 6 months. You lucky bastard.